The hull breach alarm shrieked through ESS Sovereign's Pride as Marine Corporal Hayes collapsed in Corridor 7, clutching his chest. 3 weeks had passed since his injuries from the shuttle debris at Tantalus, and his recovery had been proceeding normally until 30 minutes ago. Commander Lydia Cross arrived with her medical kit to find Hayes convulsing on the deck plating, his breathing ragged and his pulse racing at dangerous levels. The corridor's emergency lighting cast harsh shadows across his face as she knelt beside him. What happened? She demanded of the Marines who'd called for help. He was walking to duty station when he suddenly grabbed his chest and went down, reported Sergeant Willis, his voice tight with concern. Said something about hearing voices before he collapsed. Cross ran her medical scanner over Hayes' torso, checking the healing progress of his decompression injuries. The readings showed something impossible. His damaged lung tissue was regenerating at a rate that exceeded normal human biology by orders of magnitude. That's not possible, she muttered, running the scan again with different settings. The same results appeared on her display. Hayes' cellular regeneration had accelerated beyond anything in medical literature, but following patterns that suggested external influence rather than natural healing. The tissue repair showed systematic optimization that followed no known biological principles. Doc, Hayes gasped, his voice carrying strange harmonics that seemed to resonate with the ship's whole structure. Something's out there. Something that wants to help. Through the corridor's reinforced viewports, Cross could see strange aurora patterns dancing across the ship's hull. The same bioluminescent colors were reflecting in Hayes' healing tissue, creating patterns that pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat. Doc, Hayes said, sitting up despite injuries that should have kept him flat for another week. Can you hear? It like singing, but not with words. It's beautiful. Cross activated her communicator while monitoring Hayes' impossible vital signs. Admiral Thorne Bay, priority medical situation requiring immediate assessment. Through the ship's communication system came Lieutenant Stellaris's urgent voice. All hands. Unknown contact bearing 0-7-Mark-4. Admiral to bridge immediately. Hayes struggled to his feet with coordination that exceeded his capabilities, moving with fluid grace that suggested enhanced muscle control and reflexes. Something's calling to us, Doc, all of us. Can't you feel it in the ship's structure? Cross watched her medical scanner show impossible readings as Hayes displayed enhanced healing that followed no known biological principles. Whatever was out there had already begun affecting her crew in ways that challenged every assumption about human biology. The emergency lighting continued its amber pulse as more crew members began reporting similar sensations throughout the ship. Admiral Thorne arrived on the bridge to find his crew displaying controlled alarm as they monitored contacts that hadn't been there an hour earlier. The tactical display showed their position in the Kepler 442 system, 3 weeks out from Tantalus, but space around them had transformed into something that defied conventional physics. Report, Thorne commanded, his calm authority providing stability as his crew dealt with unprecedented phenomena. 7 large structures detected at close range, Lieutenant Stellaris reported, her voice tight with professional control as she manipulated the holographic display. They appeared gradually over the past 40 minutes, manifesting like crystallization rather than approaching through normal space. The main viewer showed massive entities that resembled organic crystal formations, each the size of a small asteroid. They pulsed with bioluminescent patterns while maintaining perfect geometrical positions around the fleet, their surfaces shifting between transparent crystal and opaque biological textures. How did they manifest without detection? Thorne asked, studying the impossible structures through the VIEWPORT. Lieutenant Commander Raven consulted his tactical analysis with growing concern, cross-referencing the readings with every known phenomenon in Earth fleet databases. Sir, no energy signatures preceded their appearance. No quantum space emergence, no gravitational distortion warnings, no matter displacement. They formed from ambient space matter using processes our physics can't explain. Assessment of threat level, unknown and potentially extreme. They're emitting energy patterns that exceed our understanding, but no recognizable weapon signatures detected. However, their manipulation of matter suggests capabilities that could eliminate our ships instantly if hostile. Through the bridge speakers came Commander Voss's voice from the intelligence center. Admiral, the entities are transmitting complex mathematical sequences on multiple frequencies. Structured communication attempts using principles that suggest advanced intelligence response protocols. I've tried standard first contact procedures, mathematical constants, prime number sequences, universal physical laws. They acknowledge each transmission immediately with increasingly complex mathematical responses that build on our inputs. Commander Cross's voice cut through ship communications with medical urgency. Admiral, medical situation developing, fleet, enhanced healing in multiple crew members, all following patterns that suggest external biological influence operating at the cellular level. Biological threat assessment, unknown but potentially revolutionary. The healing appears beneficial and follows systematic patterns, but it's occurring through mechanisms our medicine can't explain or control. Commander Blackwood approached with comprehensive fleet status reports. his expression showing concern, mixed with professional curiosity. Several ships report similar phenomena. Storm's End says their hull resonance has improved. Chief Ironwright reports the jury-rigged sections are actually strengthening and integrating better than original construction. Through the viewport, Thorne watched the alien entity's pulse, with patterns that seemed to respond to human presence, their bioluminescent displays creating hypnotic visual rhythms that affected crew attention and focus. All ships, enhanced defensive posture, maintain current distance until we understand their intentions and capabilities. Suddenly, the ship's lighting fluctuated as harmonic resonance swept through the hull structure. Every crew member felt subtle vibrations that seemed to synchronize with their heartbeats, while equipment displays showed minor interference from unknown energy patterns that created rainbow effects across all electronic systems. Sir Stellaris reported with growing alarm, detecting quantum space distortions. 2 ships approaching our location with military precision. The Order vessel Contemplation emerged from quantum drive with the elegant scientific precision characteristic of their exploration craft, followed by the Keth exploration ship Sharp Inquiry. Both vessels took positions at tactical distance while maintaining intensive sensor focus on the alien entities and the Earth fleet. Admiral Thorne. Came the transmission from the Order ship through standard ship-to-ship communication channels. This is Commander Scholar Valdris requesting permission to communicate under neutral exploration protocols. Permission granted. Explain your presence in this system. We've been monitoring unusual energy signatures from this region for 6 weeks, maintaining observation distance pending development of appropriate first contact protocols. 6 weeks, Thorne replied, noting the timing discrepancy. Why didn't you investigate or establish contact? Because direct approach triggers their biological interaction protocols. As you're discovering, our observations suggested they respond to conscious intent and biological proximity. The Keth vessel transmitted separately with military directness. Earth Fleet, this is War Commander We detected your course alteration toward this system and came to observe your response to unknown biological agents that may represent strategic threats. Our course alteration was classified navigation information. Voss observed quietly too. Thorne, highlighting another piece of the intelligence puzzle. Before Thorne could pursue that concerning revelation, Cross's urgent voice interrupted through ship communications. Admiral, I need immediate guidance. The biological effects are accelerating beyond my ability to understand or control through conventional medical intervention. Cross worked in the medical bay while monitoring Hayes and 3 other crew members showing accelerated healing from various injuries sustained during recent operations. Her medical equipment registered biological activity that followed patterns beyond current scientific understanding, displaying data that challenged fundamental assumptions about human physiology. The other affected crew members included engineering specialist Reeves, who had suffered plasma burns during the Swakin Depot engagement, communications technician Park, recovering from decompression injuries, and Marine Private Walsh, healing from blunt force trauma sustained during boarding operations. Hayes, describe exactly what you're experiencing, she instructed while recording his vital signs and cellular activity on multiple medical scanners. It's like remembering something I'd forgotten, Doc. My body knows how to heal better than it was healing before, like there were instructions I couldn't access until now. Any pain, discomfort, or unusual sensations, the opposite. I feel more myself than I have since the injuries, like I was operating below my natural capabilities. Cross studied her readings. While considering the implications for human biology and medical science, Hayes's lung tissue was regenerating at rates that should have been impossible, but following cellular patterns that appeared natural rather than foreign or artificially enhanced. Doc Hayes said, his cognitive functions showing subtle enhancement that manifested as improved verbal articulation and logical reasoning. They're not changing us. They're removing something that was limiting us. What do you mean by that? Like there were biological blocks preventing normal healing and they're taking the blocks away. I can feel my body working the way it was supposed to work. Through her medical scanner, Cross detected energy patterns emanating from the alien entities that interacted with human biology at the cellular level, but the interaction appeared to be removing restrictions rather than adding modifications or foreign elements. Doc, said engineering specialist Reeves, whose plasma burns had shown remarkable improvement. It's like someone put biological restrictions on humans, and these entities are undoing them. Cross expanded her medical analysis to include genetic scans, cellular activity monitoring, and neurological assessment. The results showed systematic changes that suggested the removal of artificial limitations rather than alien enhancement. Bridge to medical, came Thorne's voice through the communication system. Commander Cross, the entities are attempting structured communication. Can you provide biological assessment of their effects on the crew? Admiral, the healing effects appear to result from the removal of artificial limitations rather than alien enhancement. Hayes and the others are developing capabilities that feel natural to them rather than foreign. Artificial limitations imposed by whom? Unknown, but genetic markers suggest previous modification designed to restrict normal human development. The entities appear to be undoing restrictions that aren't natural to human biology. Meanwhile, on the bridge, communication with the alien entities progressed through mathematical exchanges that revealed increasing complexity and sophistication in their responses. Admiral Voss reported while monitoring multiple communication frequencies. They're teaching us their communication methods through progressive mathematical concepts. Each exchange builds on previous understanding while testing our cognitive capabilities. After 2 hours of increasingly complex mathematical communication, text began appearing on displays throughout the ship using conventional electromagnetic transmission rather than direct interface. Greetings, space-traveling humans, we are Silithi. Collective, your species shows damage patterns. Healing assistance offered there using our own computer systems to communicate, Voss explained, but through conventional electromagnetic transmission that follows known physics rather than impossible. Direct interface. Commander Scholar Valdris requested permission to communicate directly with Admiral Thorne through ship-to-ship channels that maintained appropriate distances between vessels while allowing information exchange with slight communication delays due to the distances involved. Admiral Valdris transmitted with the scholarly precision characteristic of order communications. Our 6 weeks of observation revealed that the Silithi represent biotechnology that exceeds current scientific understanding by significant margins, but operates on principles we can eventually comprehend. Assessment of their capabilities and intentions. They've achieved biological engineering that allows conscious direction of cellular development and genetic optimization. But their approach suggests they're correcting damage rather than providing enhancement or creating dependency. War Commander Thyrix transmitted separately with military pragmatism. The slight delay in communication reflecting the tactical distances maintained. Earth Fleet. Keth analysis indicates potentially dangerous biological contamination that could compromise human military independence and strategic autonomy. Define contamination in specific terms, Thorne replied. Alien modification of human biology creates strategic dependencies and unknown vulnerabilities that could be exploited by hostile forces. The Silithi entities responded to their discussion by transmitting additional information that appeared on all ships, displays simultaneously. Biological restoration available. Artificial limitations detected. Species development interrupted natural capabilities. RSEOVRAB studied the continuous data streams while reviewing her comprehensive medical analysis of the affected crew members. Admiral, the Silithi data indicates human genetics shows systematic modification designed to limit development that should have occurred naturally over evolutionary time. Evidence supporting these claims. Genetic markers indicating external intervention to restrict human biological potential. The Silithi appear to be offering restoration of natural capabilities that were artificially suppressed. Can you independently verify these claims? The genetic evidence is compelling and consistent across all affected crew members. Human biology shows patterns consistent with artificial limitation rather than natural evolutionary development. Through her medical analysis, Cross discovered that the enhanced crew members were displaying capabilities that felt inherent rather than foreign, as if they were recovering abilities rather than developing new ones through alien intervention. Admiral Hayes reported from the medical bay with improved articulation and cognitive clarity. The healing feels like remembering rather than learning. Like we were supposed to be able to do this naturally, but something prevented it. Any adverse effects or concerning symptoms? None detected. If anything, we feel more human rather than less, like we're becoming what humans were meant to be. The Silithi transmitted additional clarification that appeared on medical displays throughout the fleet. Biological limitations artificially imposed. Restoration, knowledge, available, species independence, maintained gradual. Implementation. Cross realized the profound implications as she studied the biological data streaming from the Silithi entities. Admiral, they're not offering alien enhancement, they're providing information to restore natural human development that was artificially restricted by unknown parties. As communication with the Silithi continued through increasingly sophisticated exchanges, Voss detected concerning patterns in the timing and coordination of other ships' arrival in the system. Admiral, she reported privately through secure communication. Both Order and Keth vessels arrived within hours of our encounter. Despite the Silithi manifesting without advance warning that anyone could have detected, assessment of the coordination. Commander Scholar Valdris claimed 6 weeks of observation, but they approached only after our arrival triggered the Silithi biological protocols. War Commander Thyrix referenced our course alteration, which was classified navigation information. Evidence of systematic intelligence compromise. The timing suggests coordination beyond coincidence. Someone provided advance information about our patrol route to the Kepler 442 system to multiple interested parties, but the Silithi appeared spontaneously in response to our presence. Correct, but other powers knew we'd be here to encounter them when it happened. Through ship-to-ship communication with appropriate delays, Thorne addressed both commanders with diplomatic authority. Commander Scholar Valdris, explain your specific presence in this system. Scientific survey mission detected unusual energy signatures 6 weeks ago. We maintained observation distance pending development of appropriate first contact protocols. War Commander Thyrix, How did Keth intelligence know to investigate this? System Keth intelligence detected course alterations by multiple powers toward this location. Standard military procedure requires observation of potential territorial claims or strategic developments. Voss analyzed the responses while considering the broader intelligence implications that connected to their ongoing investigation. Admiral, someone coordinated multiple powers to witness our first contact with the Silithi. The timing wasn't coincidental, it was orchestrated. Asterisk in the medical bay. Cross conducted comprehensive analysis of the biological changes occurring in the 4 affected crew members while documenting phenomena that would revolutionize human medicine if properly understood. Personal medical logs she recorded while monitoring Hayes, Reeves, Park and Walsh. The Silithi biological restoration appears to address genetic limitations that restrict normal human development. Hayes demonstrated enhanced healing that had closed his lung damage completely while improving his overall physical capabilities. Doc, it's not that I'm stronger than normal, it's that I was weaker than normal before. Explain that assessment. Like humans were designed to heal faster, think clearer, and coordinate better, but something was preventing us from accessing those capabilities. Cross-studied genetic analysis that supported Hayes' subjective experience. The genetic markers. It shows systematic modification designed to limit human biological potential. Someone or something altered human development to restrict natural capabilities. Any theories about who or why? Unknown, but the modification patterns are too sophisticated for natural mutation. This was deliberate genetic engineering designed to limit human development. Engineering specialist Reeves, whose plasma burns from the swacking engagement had healed completely, added his perspective. Doc, the enhanced capabilities feel normal rather than superhuman, like we were operating with biological restrictions that weren't natural. Cross expanded her analysis to include neurological assessment, discovering that cognitive enhancement followed patterns consistent with removing limitations rather than adding capabilities. The brain activity shows optimization of existing neural pathways rather than creation of new ones, meaning human brains were designed to function at higher levels, but something was restricting their development. The Silithi are removing those restrictions. Communications technician Park and Marine Private Walsh showed similar patterns of biological optimization that felt natural rather than alien, supporting the theory that humans were recovering suppressed capabilities rather than gaining foreign enhancements. 6 hours after first contact, the situation had evolved into unprecedented complexity that challenged every assumption about human biology and galactic politics. The Silithi continued their biological restoration of human crew members while offering comprehensive knowledge about natural human development that had been artificially restricted. Medical status report. Thorne requested from Cross during a comprehensive briefing in his ready room. Remarkable improvement in all 4 affected crew members, Cross reported while displaying her analysis on the holographic projector. Hayes, Reeves, Park, and Walsh show enhanced healing, improved cognitive function, and physical capabilities that appear to represent natural human potential rather than alien modification. Risks of continued exposure to Silithi influence. None detected through 6 hours of intensive monitoring. The restoration appears to optimize human biology toward its natural development rather than creating alien dependencies or foreign elements. But we don't understand the original limitations or who imposed them. Correct? We're experiencing biological restoration without understanding why humans were limited in the first place or what strategic purposes those limitations served. The Silithi transmitted comprehensive biological data that appeared on medical displays throughout the fleet. Restoration knowledge provided gradual implementation protocols included species independence maintained artificial limitations. IDNTIFD Cross studied the flowing information while considering implications that challenged basic assumptions about human origins and development. Admiral, they've provided restoration techniques that can be implemented gradually using human technology and understanding, no dependency on their biotechnology or continued presence, correct? The knowledge allows us to restore natural human development independently over decades of careful implementation. Asterisk Commander Scholar Valdris transmitted observations through ship-to-ship communication with slight delays. Admiral, the Order considers this encounter historically significant. The biological knowledge could advance human development by centuries, while maintaining species independence. War Commander Thyrix offered different assessment with military pragmatism. Earth Fleet. Keth analysis suggests extreme caution regarding biological modifications that exceed current human parameters and might create unknown vulnerabilities. Thorne faced decisions that exceeded his operational authority while operating months from any guidance or oversight from Earth Command. Accept Silithi knowledge about human biological restoration, but without understanding who had limited human development or why those limitations had been imposed. Or maintain current human biology while rejecting information that might reveal fundamental truths about human origins and potential. We accept Silithi biological restoration knowledge with gradual implementation protocols. Thorne decided with characteristic authority. We request information that allows independent development rather than technological dependency. Asterisk. The Silithi entities responded by transmitting comprehensive biological data to all ships simultaneously. Restoration knowledge transferred implementation. Protocols included species development, natural artificial limitations removable. Cross-compiled her comprehensive medical assessment while reviewing biological knowledge that could transform human development over the coming decades. Admiral, the Silithi provided restoration protocols that will take decades to implement, safely, but using principles we can understand and develop independently. Assessment of the enhanced crew members. They show capabilities that feel natural rather than enhanced. Hayes, Reeves, Park, and Walsh report feeling more human rather than less human than before the encounter. Long-term implications for human development. If the Silithi analysis is correct, humans have been operating below their natural biological potential for unknown reasons. The restoration knowledge could eliminate genetic disorders, accelerate healing, and enhance cognitive function to naturally achievable levels. Hayes reported from the Marine deck with improved cognitive clarity. Sir, the affected crew members are performing at levels that feel normal rather than superhuman, like we were operating with biological limitations that weren't natural to human development. As the Silithi entities began their departure, they transmitted final communications that appeared on all ships. Displays, restoration knowledge, shared gradual implementation, recommended species independence, maintained natural development. RSSUM. I developed back into ambient space matter as gradually as they had manifested, leaving behind enhanced crew members and biological knowledge that raised fundamental questions about human origins and development. The DIPRTRA as the fleet prepared to continue patrol operations. Voss completed her comprehensive intelligence analysis of the coordinated observation by multiple powers. Admiral, she reported in his ready room while displaying her analysis. The arrival of Order and Keth vessels confirms systematic intelligence sharing about our patrol routes and operational schedules, evidence of operational security compromise at what level. Both ships arrived with precise timing despite the Silithi manifesting spontaneously. Someone provided advance intelligence about our presence in the Kepler 442 system to interested parties. Assessment of intelligence gathering scope. The pattern suggests systematic monitoring of our operations by parties with access to classified patrol routes and mission schedules. Recommendations for operational security. Continue investigation while implementing security protocols that assume systematic observation of our operations by unknown parties with high-level access. Cross submitted her comprehensive medical assessment. Admiral, the biological restoration knowledge could return humanity to its natural developmental potential while maintaining complete independence from alien technology, but implemented gradually using human understanding and capabilities. Correct. The Silithi provided knowledge we can develop independently over decades rather than creating technological dependency or foreign biological elements. Assessment of the crew members affected by biological restoration. Enhanced healing, improved cognitive function, and physical capabilities that represent natural human potential rather than alien modification. They report feeling more human, not less human than before. Major Steele added his assessment from the Marine perspective. Admiral Hayes and the other affected crew members show improved coordination, faster healing, and better cognitive function, but they remain recognizably human rather than becoming something alien. As ESS Sovereign's Pride set course for their next patrol sector, the encounter with the Silithi had provided revolutionary biological knowledge, while revealing another piece of the intelligence puzzle that suggested someone was coordinating multiple powers to observe Earth fleet operations. Personal log. Cross recorded in her quarters while reviewing the implications. The Silithi encounter revealed that current human biology may represent artificial limitation rather than natural development. The restoration knowledge they provided could eliminate genetic disorders and enhance human capabilities to their natural potential. But questions remain about who imposed the original limitations and why multiple powers were coordinated to observe our first contact. The enhanced crew members Hayes, Reeves, Park, and Walsh show capabilities that feel inherent rather than foreign, suggesting humans have been operating below their biological potential. The medical implications could revolutionize human development over generations, but the intelligence implications suggest our operations are being systematically monitored for purposes that remain unclear. As stars continued their ancient patterns outside the viewport, Cross understood that the biological revolution they'd discovered raised questions about human origins that might prove more significant than any alien technology. That the Great Game had revealed new players whose knowledge suggested that humanity's biological limitations might not be natural constraints, but artificial restrictions imposed for purposes that remained ominously hidden. Epilogue. The pattern EMRGEs in her intelligence center. Voss compiled the mounting evidence of systematic surveillance that connected the Silithi encounter to previous operations. The pattern was becoming undeniable. Someone was orchestrating observations of Earth fleet encounters with unknown entities. Intelligence summary. Classified. she recorded for Admiral Thorne's review. The Silithi encounter represents the fourth confirmed instance of coordinated observation by multiple powers. Pattern suggests systematic intelligence gathering about Earth fleet responses to unknown phenomena. Previous instances: Swakin Depot enemy advance preparation, Tantalus system nexus coordination with indigenous forces, Merchant's arsenal, multiple powers, monitoring weapons, trade. Silithi encounter, coordinated observation of first contact protocols, assessment Earth fleet. Operations are being systematically monitored and manipulated by parties with access to operational planning and coordination. Capabilities spanning multiple civilizations. Recommendation: immediate investigation of intelligence. Security at Earth's command level while implementing operational protocols that assume continued systematic surveillance. The intelligence war was escalating, and Earth fleet was playing against opponents who seemed to know their moves before they made them.
Welcome, traveler. We're glad you're here. Every story you hear is made with care and passion. If you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, and check out the other adventures waiting for you on our channel. Your support means the world. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the story.
Humanity Galactic Frontiers, all rights reserved. This video and its contents are protected under international copyright law. Any unauthorized copying, distribution, or re-uploading is strictly prohibited without written permission. If you enjoyed this journey, please like the video and subscribe for more stories from the edge of the galaxy. Thanks for watching, and stay curious out there among the stars.